Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. Celine Driver once again, doing a bit of a comparison video today. I just recently reviewed, and hopefully you watched the video, and if you haven't, please feel free to watch it. I just did a video on the Boldr Odyssey 45, a very serious purpose-built dive watch. And it's also a micro-brand watch, and I thought it would be interesting to compare real quick this loaned-in watch, this Boldr 45, with a watch out of my own collection. This is a Zelos. Of course it's a Zelos. What would you expect from Celine Driver, aka Mr. Zelos? But a Zelos Hammerhead second generation chronograph. Now, I understand it's not a direct comparison. I don't have a second generation non-chronograph Hammerhead. And I can't get my hands on one very quickly. I do have some first generation Hammerheads, but they're bronze watches, and the stainless steel one that I have and the titanium one I have, all first generations, they're not as comparable, in my opinion, as this one. Besides, I like this one. I like this chrono. I really do. It's a hell of a watch, and I wear it as often as I can. And even though it's much more expensive well, you can't buy this one. This particular colorway is sold out, but there are a couple bronze colorways on zeloswatches.com that are available. The blue steel is sold out. Anyway, I just thought I'd do a quick comparison video because I think the comparisons are fairly natural. They are both micro-brand watches. They are both deep dive watches, or deeper dive watch. I mean, this is certainly not the deepest dive watch that Zelos makes. They do make the Abyss, which is a 3,000 meter watch. This one isn't quite there, but I just thought I'd compare them just for fun, you know. And go over the specs on each one, and you know, let you guys decide for yourself which one would be the better diver. I think they're both equal in terms of that, and I think the fact that this one is, well, for one thing, this watch retails for $649. This one retails, when it was available, for $12.99. Although its initial price was about 30% lower, which when it was initially introduced, I believe it was $8.99. I don't know. I don't do math very well, but I believe my memory serves that this was an $899 US watch, which when it was first introduced makes it more comparable to this watch in terms of price. Both big watches. The Boldr 45.5 millimeter diameter, the HH2 the Hammerhead 2 Chrono is a 44 millimeter watch, so very close. You can see actually, though, if you hold them face to face, that the Boldr is definitely a little bigger. Both have 22 millimeter lugs. But across, the Boldr is the bigger watch. It's 52 millimeter across, lug to lug, versus 48 millimeter lug to lug. Oh, and both have helium escape valves. Both have signed crowns. It's hard to do this. There you go. Both have signed crowns. At least, you know, the signed crown on the main crown. The Zelos obviously has chronograph pushers too. They're not signed. The Zelos does have the advantage of having their crown loomed, which the Boldr did not do that. There we go. Had an itch. Oh, look at that. Zelos is running a little fast. There. I feel better. My OCD. What can I say? This is a 500-meter diver. This is a 1,000-meter diver. So if you're going to compare head-to-head water resistance ratings, obviously the Zelos wins that. But, I mean, that's just... I mean, we all know that nobody's taking these watches diving. So for most of us are not doing that. Let's see. Both watches are stainless steel cases, stainless steel bracelets. Both have helium valves. Both have 120 click bezels. Both have ceramic bezel inserts. Both have sapphire crystals. Both have domed sapphire crystals, although you can see that the dome on the Zelos here in my right hand is much more substantial. Let me give you wrist shots on both watches. They both use fold-over clasp with an extra locking mechanism. The Zelos has a 4-position clasp for micro adjust. The Boldr has 6. So a little bit more micro adjustability. Although the links are a bit smaller on the bracelet, screw down links, of course. They're smaller links on a cross section by a little bit. They're a little bit smaller, so you don't need quite the micro adjust capability in the Zelos that you do on the Boldr. You can see on my 7¼ inch wrist, the Zelos fits very comfortably. Oh, by the way, the Zelos is 20.5 millimeters thick, which is a little over 4 millimeters thicker than the Boldr. So what this watch does have in terms of lug to lug, in terms of across the wrist, it makes up for in height. The Boldr is, if you can use this word, the Boldr is thinner on your wrist than the Zelos, but as you can see, the cross section is much bigger in the down the barrel shot than the Zelos. So one is smaller in one area, one is smaller in the other area, one is smaller in diameter, than the other, What can you do? Oh, wait, before somebody yells at me for putting the watch down, crown side down. Oops. Let's see if I can see what number this is. This is now that watch there is number 16 of 200 limited edition. The Chronograph was an even lower edition, 50 of these, and this is number 8. And you get a clear case back, which you can see the decorated movement. And the movement is where the big part of the price difference is in this watch, even when it was $899 versus $649. This is a Miyota 9015 movement. This one is a Swiss movement. This is a Valjoux 7750. Valjoux 7750. So Swiss movement versus Japanese, obviously the price difference shows up mostly in there. Good bezel movement on this one, by the way. Very, very vocal, but still 120 click. There we go. No slop. And as an added bonus, because it is a chronograph. I'll get the word out, I promise. You do get a tachymeter scale inside the watch. And of course, to operate the tachymeter, you have to unscrew the pushers, and then they work like a standard tachymeter, although be it with a need for a heavy push. Your running seconds is here with the yellow hand. Your constant seconds is here at the 9 o'clock. And what I like about what Zelos did with this particular watch is they made, see how the outer ring or outer track of the constant seconds is, I guess for want of a better term, clear, whereas the outer track for the chronograph minutes, chronograph hours is lined in white or outlined in white, like the tachymeter scale, or silver. Would probably be more silver, would probably be the more accurate color. So you can quickly at a glance differentiate between the tachymeter subdials and the watch subdial. And as you get to the 12 o'clock here, you will see the 12 o'clock subdial move, indicating 1 minute. And of course, you can turn it off, and it's a flyback movement, as all Value 7750s are. And then you can screw the pushers back down, and you get your water resistance back. So, both are excellent watches. I enjoy now I'm going to have to give this one back at some point. This one, this is mine, so I'm keeping this one. But I do enjoy wearing both of them. This one obviously wears bigger because, quite frankly, it is bigger. But it's a little lighter. So this one is smaller on the wrist, but it's definitely heavier. And as you can see, it's definitely thicker. Right? I mean, if you hold them like that, you can definitely see the extra 4 millimeters in the Zelos. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of a fun comparison, kind of a natural comparison between two of the bigger micro brands out there. I just wanted to shoot that video for you guys, just for your amusement. I hope you were entertained and maybe a little informed. Maybe you're in the market for a Zelos Hammerhead. You know, obviously all the Hammerheads right now are sold out, with only a couple of exceptions in the chronometer. In the chronometer, not chronometer, chronograph. Well, they are never mind. I misspoke. There are a couple of these left for sale, new, and they're bronze versions. But if you're in the market for one of these things new, you know, here's a comparison between, used, I should say. Here's a comparison between one of these chronographs and a Boldr, which is a natural competitor in the microbrand world to Zelos. I think they're both excellent watches. I can recommend either one of them to anybody. So, I'm going to wrap the video with my usual spiel. If you like the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. The thumbs up does help with growing my channel, as it, clicking the like button will help with the YouTube search algorithms. And the more likes a search result video gets, the higher up on the search results that video will appear. All with the idea of bringing more people to my channel. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you're going to be a troll and either leave bad links to bad places on the web, or you're just going to hurl insults at me, I'm going to do my usual thing. I'm going to delete the comment. I'm going to block the commenter. A very easy thing to do. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found me. I have well over 450 videos on my channel covering a variety of subjects: watches, cars, college football, sports, political, social, economic commentary, rants. I have some really good rants in there, might make you laugh. Watch as many as you like. All I ask in return is that before you leave, click the subscribe button. And when you do, click the bell icon so that when I go live, which I do every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, or when time and opportunity permit, or when I upload new content, you will be alerted to all these things if you are a subscriber and you click that bell icon. Meanwhile, I hope you're having a good day out there. I hope you're staying safe, staying well, staying healthy. And if you do all those things, I will hopefully see you in my next video.